Hello everyone, welcome to a slightly different review than usual. Today I'm not reviewing a Gundam kit, but a Figma. I wound up getting this particular figure because it came with the special edition of this art book that I wanted. Now I particularly wanted the art book, and I could take or leave the figure, but weirdly enough they sold out the regular edition of the art book, so I wound up getting the special edition with the figure instead. I'll have to forgo my usual review practice of looking at the box beforehand because I've already recycled that. Anyway, this is the figure, the Black Rock Shooter Beast form. It's a form that was made up especially for the art book, so it hasn't shown up in any of the animations or anything. It's quite a slim looking figure. The joints you have to be a bit careful with, otherwise they'll pop out. It's quite delicate looking. Okay, the basic figure, we've got the ponytails are on hinges and ball joints, so they'll both hinge up and down and wiggle. The neck can go full 360, though you probably shouldn't. Wiggle from side to side, up and down on a ball joint. The shoulders have a ball joint and a hinge. So they'll go all the way up, all the way down. You can shift her shoulders up and down a bit, make her shrug if you want. Got a ball joint like at the base of the rib cage-ish, and another one just above the hips. The hips themselves go do the splits, backwards and forwards. So a lot of range of movement there. The skirt, what little there is of it, is like a rubberized piece, so it's not going to restrict the movement at all. There are pants under there, but I'm not going to show you them because that's perverted. The leg, double jointed at the knee. It would close all the way, but this stuff on the back of the leg sort of gets in the way of that. The foot will rotate side to side a little bit, but you're not going to get much movement out of that. There is a ball joint there, but it's kind of restricted by the armour. These scythe bits on the back hinge out. That bit flips out. So they both do that. So she's got some sort of blade things coming out the back there. Now, as for accessories, you've got 10 hands with this. These are the hands she was packaged with, which are regular, slightly relaxed open hands. These are the wider, splayed open hands, kind of like jazz hands. These are the closed fists she comes with. They've got little holes through them. They're too small to hold her sword, but I'm guessing they let her hold other Figma weapons.
Hello YouTube people, this is me, Soheb.
This is my housemate.
Very well, housemate. Awesome housemate, mate. This is just random, really random, isn't it?
Yep, random interlude.
Well, anyway, I will let your review continue.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
These are her holding weapon hands. There for her sword, which has got quite a wide handle. And finally there's the gun holding hands, which is similar to the previous, but with a trigger finger sculpted on. You've got an additional face with closed eyes. So to switch that out, you sort of pop her fringe off, pop the face off, put the new one in. It's a little bit creepy. And there you have it. You've got to be a bit careful not to smudge her face with the sides of her hair. I did that when I was taking out the box and ended up with a black smudge on the cheek. I had to very carefully apply some paint thinner to get rid of that. This is her next to the other Figma I own, Drossel from Fireball, for height comparison. It's a bit taller and quite a bit skinnier. Drossel's a fairly bulky robot, whereas Black Rock Shooter's all skinny and slightly delicate looking. There's another fringe piece. Comes with Black Rock Shooter's signature blue flaming eye. And Black Rock Shooter Beast has an additional part which slots in the top here. It's a crown made out of the same blue file. It's attached to this piece of her hair, so that will just plug in and out. The hole isn't really noticeable unless you look very closely, which is a plus. Got the usual Figma stand. I guess they all come with this. That just plug into a hole in her back, and that will hold her up in any aerial pose you want. Okay, on to the weapons. Got this big old beast of a sword compared to the figure. Same height as she is. And swap the hands out, just tug them out, fit them back in. You can hold that up pretty well, no real weight issues. Same thing with the gun. Just pick a hand. You have to sort of put it in at an angle, then slide the trigger finger in. The hands are a little bit flexible, but I don't really want to force the fingers too much in case they break. Okay. She is holding her gun and her sword. It's got some really tiny writing on this side. Most of that is nonsense. Just vaguely technological sound and stuff. Okay. I'll just give you a close-up of the rest of her. So she's got unnecessary zips and little red line, not red, white lines. Weathering on the armour on the legs. Little blue stars on the backs of her hands. Zipper on the back, some sort of tattoo insignia there. It looks like some sort of heraldry crest with the usual Black Rock Shooter star design inside it and stuff underneath. Got little buzzsaws on her feet. It's a bit hard to see. The buzzsaws and the blades and the flames, they're all clear blue. And the hair is slightly highlighted blue as well. So yeah, that's it. I don't usually buy Figmas, but I came to get this one because it came with the art book, and I'm fairly satisfied with it. It looks quite cool. Just sitting there on the shelf. Got it set up kicking something at the moment. And the art book itself was worth it, to be honest. So I'll probably have a look through that in a later video. But for now, I will sign off and see you later.
It's pizza time!